Commanders fans, I don't have much to say. Like this is like this might be like the video where I really have nothing to say. And there really is nothing to say. I mean, like we knew this coming in, guys. Like some people actually had false hope thinking we had a chance to win this game. I even heard some conspiracy theories that the president, because he was there, we were going to win because he wants us to look good if he does get the name of the stadium in 2030. Those were some conspiracy, like people were just grasping, throwing stuff at the wall, conspiracy theories to make it possible for us to win this game some way, somehow. And this is why I say too, like, excuse me, the people who want Jaden Daniels to come back, like, there's no point in him coming back, man. Why? Why would you bring him back to this? Why would you bring him back to this situation and us not even making the playoffs or possibly making the playoffs? Like, we're not mathematically eliminated, but we really should be eliminated. We're just not good enough. And injuries, man. Like, Chris Rodriguez left with an injury. Trey Amos left with an injury. Daron Payne got ejected with a punch. He punched Armon Ross St. Brown. Javon Kinlaw almost punched a ref or made contact with a ref. I'm surprised he didn't get kicked out of the game, too, for what he did. If you make contact with a ref, typically you're ejected, even in the NBA, too. Like, if you make contact with a referee, you're typically ejected, or he's going to get a fine. I think Frankie Louisville left the game too, if I'm not mistaken. So Ali Cahoe, concussion, he left the game. So it's just so many injuries. It's unfortunate. I don't want to say dropping like flies, but we're on like second string, third string guys, man. Like it is, and I talked about this on the Commanders Kings stream. Like it comes to a point where is there NFL level talent on the field, and I think by Christmas, we're just not going to have NFL talent on the field at a lot of spots. And it may be Josh Johnson at one point. Like you saw Marcus Mariota trying to hurdle somebody. Knock on wood. We know he has somewhat of an injury history as well in the past with some other teams. But like there could be a point where Josh Johnson starts. Like I would not be surprised if that happened. At this point, I won't be surprised if Sam Hartman has a start. Like he starts like the last game of the year against the Eagles, where the Eagles probably clinch the division. They probably clinch, unfortunately, hopefully not home field advantage. But there could be or if the number one seed is already decided and they're playing meaningless football, like they already clinched their playoff spot, they don't really need to like play any more games or play any starters, and they just want to prepare for the playoffs or whatever. I can see a scenario like that happen where it's Sam Hartman versus Tanner McKee in that last Eagles game. Like I can certainly see something like that happening for sure. Unfortunately, they went for two disrespectfully, 21-0, or was it 21-0 or 21-3, something like that. Or no, I'm sorry, it was 20-3, where they should have just took the extra point and they decided to go for two. That was disrespectful and unnecessary. But of course, we know how their coach is. He's still upset and butthurt over us BTA and them. They wanted to BTA us, which is what they should do. You should BTA Marcus Mariota and a bunch of backups, and Joe Witt Jr. is the defensive coordinator. Joe Witt Jr. being on the sidelines made no difference at all. I know I'm not going to make the eye joke or anything like that, but it made no difference. Guys were running wide open, just like the Sam Darnold game last week against the Seahawks. Sam Laporta, Jahmyr Gibbs wide open, Jameson Williams wide open. Khalif Raymond had the game of his life. He had an excellent game today. He was running wide open on almost every play, which was ridiculous. Yeah, just bad all around. I mean, Mariota was okay. I don't think he wasn't the reason why we lost. We're just a bad team, so you can't blame the quarterback at all or anybody like that. We're just a bad team. We're undermanned. We're under-talented and out-coached. So the first touchdown to Jahmyr Gibbs, we called a timeout, and we gave up an easy touch. You call a timeout just to give up an easy touchdown to Jahmyr Gibbs? Like, really? That's what you're calling a timeout for? We're just calling timeouts to call timeouts at this point. It's ridiculous. It really is. It's bad, man. Jahmyr Gibbs, 15 carries for 142 yards. David Montgomery, 15 carries for 71 yards. No touchdowns. Jahmyr Gibbs had he had three. Did he have three touchdowns? Jahmyr Gibbs, yeah, he had three. He had two touchdowns rushing and one touchdown receiving. Jameson Williams, 119 yards, 6 catches, and one touchdown, 41. It's not like guys are wide open and they have yak opportunities. That's the thing, too. Like, they're wide open. They have the opportunity to have yak after it and turn around and scamper up the field for like 20, 30 yards after it. Armon Ross St. Brown, he had a pedestrian day, but he did what he needed to do. He just showed up to work, caught a touchdown pass, and went home, basically. And went to the sideline. Sam Laporta, 5 catches for 53 yards. Khalif Raymond, 4 for 49. Treylon Burks, I thought he played pretty well. Let's get a quick word from today's sponsor, Sleeper. I did have Jared Goff with more on 2.5 passing touchdowns. Once again, that happened. So 7 out of 10 quarterbacks have hit the more on their passing touchdowns prop on Sleeper. So it's just a system play. So Tua Tagovailoa next week, if they put him at 1.5 passing touchdowns, take the more on that ASAP and take it to the bank. Let's get a word from today's sponsor, Sleeper. Oh, let's go to Commanders fans and shout out to today's sponsor, Sleeper. Just want to hook you guys up with a great deal. First time users get a 100% deposit match up to $100 if you sign up using the link down below in the description for Sleeper. Remember that terms and conditions apply. Also, there's a free $20 entry as well that I'm helping you guys out using promo code Oliver. You guys can get those deals for first-time users using the app. #1 daily fantasy sports app, Sleeper. So let's get into the picks for the game against the Lions. Now, of course, Sleeper is you pick more or less on player props, receiving yards, passing yards, rushing yards, receptions, all kinds of stuff that you can think of for player stats. You pick them more or less on their player props. So we're going to go with a system play. 6 out of 9 quarterbacks that have played against the Commanders have gotten more on their passing touchdowns from Geno Smith, Sam Darnold had 4 in the first half. So we're going to keep it going with Jared Goff, more than 2.5 passing touchdowns, and you pair that with the free play with Daniel Jones over 0.5 passing yard. So let's keep it going, unfortunately, with players getting more than their passing touchdowns. So 6 out of 9 quarterbacks. Pat Mahomes did it. Dak Prescott did it. Basically almost every quarterback we played. Like I said, Michael Penix went over his passing touchdowns as well. So let's keep it going with the system play against the bad Commanders defense. Let's get back to the video. Peace. So I am really hot right now, guys. I've been cashing y'all out, man. I've been cashing y'all out on these plays, man. I don't do 6 picks. I only do 2 picks. I only do 2 player picks. I take the free entry and then just parlay it with Commander's opposing quarterback. That's what I do, and that's profit. Profit is profit. Whether it's $20, $30, $40, take that gas money, take that dinner money, whatever it is. If it's $20, $30, man, it's profit, and that's money, guys. It doesn't have to be a big play, a 6 play, 6 pick, 5 picks, 4 picks for me. That's just the way I feel about it. That's how I make my money on Sleeper for sure. So we're hot right now. I don't think I missed like the last. How many games have we played in the last couple of games? Like. With opposing quarterbacks. So Detroit had hit, Seattle had hit, Dallas had hit, 4 games in a row had hit. Caleb Williams, of course, he didn't hit because he's just mediocre in my opinion. And the Bears barely beat the Giants today, but a win is a win is a win, so it is what it is. But 4 games in a row we've hit on that passing touchdowns prop. And it's going to hit again against the Dolphins. It's going to hit again against Denver. Now, where I feel like it won't hit is J.J. McCarthy at Minnesota, because he's another mid quarterback, similar to Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams is a little bit better than J.J. McCarthy, but J.J. McCarthy's pretty mid as well. Let's see what else here. What else happened during the game? I thought Jacob Martin played hard. He had a couple pressures. Ben Sinnott got a touchdown. We did not turn over the football at all, which is definitely something. Fans were given white flags for the salute to service ceremony. In retrospect, it may have been a sign. That's a funny tweet from Michael Phillips talking about they gave out white flags during the game, so fans were probably waving the white flag. I know people went home early. I know it started raining in the 4th quarter too. If I do go to a game this year, what my plan is, I'm not even talking about a game, like the game in analytical standpoint. I'm just talking about, whatever at this point. If I do attend a game, I'll probably go to the tailgates. I'll get there like a couple hours early, like 2 hours early or something like that. Go to the tailgates, enjoy the vibes, enjoy the energy, like before the game, and get some food and stuff like that. And then go in. I'll probably leave at halftime. Like I wouldn't even stay the whole game. I would just go for the tailgate vibes for sure. That's what I would go for, and that's really it. Because there's nothing to see at the games. Notes wise, we did. Debo had a nice 4th down catch. They challenged it, which was ridiculous. Let me see my notes here. John Jones had a nice pass breakup. It didn't really matter because they still scored a touchdown on the next play or the next couple plays. Lions went for 2. I talked about that. Noah I had a couple nice punt returns or kick returns. Treylon Burks had a couple nice catches. I thought he played well. Robbie Chosen got a 1st down catch. They're just not giving him the pass interference. He's not selling it enough if I wanted to critique him. because he's forcing pass interferences. Like, he's so fast. Like, it's just hard to guard him still because he's always going to have that speed until he's probably like 50 years old or 45. But he's just got to sell it. He's got to flail. He's got to do James Harden, Luka Doncic, LeBron James. You got to sell it, man. You got to flop. It is what it is. Can't throw the punch to the ref. Talked about that. So on the one of the touchdown runs for Jahmyr Gibbs, it was 2 injuries and 2 penalties on that play. Daron Payne got ejected. It was so much going on. Quan Martin pointing the finger at one guy. He got a personal foul. Now, what I will say about that too is that we don't know what the guy said to Quan Martin. Like, he may have called him out of his name or threatened him or something like that. Now, I know Quan Martin, you still have to keep your chill and keep your cool, but you can't do what you did. But I understand. Like, I don't know what the guy said to Quan Martin first to provoke that. Jalen Lane had a nice catch. Noyak Zach with a 4th down catch. Chris Rodriguez had a touchdown. He did look good as a runner for some runs. He threw the ball at the end zone, but he threw it right above the camera girl's head and almost took her head off, basically. We had a penalty on an extra point. That just shows how undisciplined we are and how the coaching staff has lost this team. And it's unfortunate because I like Dan Quinn, man. I like Dan. I like Cliff. I don't like Joe Witt Jr., but I do like Dan and I do like Cliff. I think they've done a good job so far for the most part, other than really the majority of this year. But I do like them, man, as a coaching staff. Like, I am still high on Dan Quinn. I really am. It's not his fault why we lost this game. We're just undermanned. We're just a bad team. Poorly coached too. We are. I'm not absolving Dan Quinn of anything, but we are a poorly coached team right now at the moment. Penalty on the extra point is inexcusable. Josh Conley false start. Khalif Raymond wide open on a 4th down. Jameson Williams easy touchdown. Debo catch on 4th and 5. And I just stopped taking notes at that point. I think it was the 3rd quarter. I just stopped taking notes. I just stopped. Like I said, we didn't turn over the football, which is a positive. That's really it, guys. Let me see how we did on 3rd down. 3rd down defense. The Lions were 5 for 10. We were 2 for 10, so we were awful on 3rd downs. We were 3 for 3 on 4th downs. The Lions were 2 for 2 on 4th downs. We only gave up 2 sacks as well, which is decent. We gave up 226 rushing yards on the ground, which is bad. Really, really bad. Really, really bad. All right, yeah, that's all I got, man. That's all I got. That's all I got. Marcus Mariota said that we have to be honest, we have to be transparent. I don't think we are who we think we are. And that's the quote from Marcus Mariota. So, all right, guys. I'll leave it at that. Emmanuel Forbes, he did get an interception today, so I'm happy for him. It is what it is. I know everybody's hyping him up now because he left and he got an interception, but congrats to him. So, that's really it, guys. I mean, it's just really nothing much to take away for real. Like I said, Jacob Martin tried. I thought he played with some heart. And Treylon Burks, man. Let's see what we can get from him, man. Let's see what we can get from Treylon Burks, man. Let's see if we can, get something out of him and bring him back next year and he can possibly be like a fourth option or something like that on the team. We'll see. But I'm happy that Jalen Lane caught that ball today, 41-yard catch. So, all right, you guys, as always, Hello Commanders. Peace.